It's Wednesday, April 15th. Time is 2:23 p.m. So it was a crazy day today. We ended up with making half of my target, which is good based on what happened. So starting off with the morning, I had done my morning preview, which basically showed that I was bullish. So here's the video. I put that on YouTube as well, and just basically showing that a bullish bias. I'm looking at levels that I'll be buying in for the micros and forex as well. So with that said, starting off with the MES, started here on 7 a.m. We had moved up, and I made my long, I guess at this bar in here, crossing this resistant based on testing support down here. Coming off it, I took the long. It started to move my way, and I put a stop and decided to put a stop right beneath this bar, which made a lot of sense. And just so happened that my stop is probably the low of the day. So stopped me out, and that's that. That was about, I think, 5 points from 2.75 to 8, about 5 points and some change. So I left it alone, let it kind of do its thing, and kind of went down back in here. This one I had missed. This was a news event. So if somehow I had moved my stop below, or I did not catch my stop, this would have been a good trade, one and done for me, maybe 15 points or so. But that wasn't the case, and you have to put a stop somewhere. So I mean, it's just, you have to make a decision. Maybe this is just as good as this stop, and I can't really put it down here. So it's just too wide. So I decided to go with this stop, and that's that. There's nothing you can do about it. So when we moved up, the first test of the resistant over here, I took one short and I continued on. I took a second one, and that was good for 5 points, 5.75, I think. Those are the levels. And I'll show the trades at the end of the video, so you'll have the exact numbers. So that was a good move. Then it continued on and tested this. This is sort of a line in the sand for me. This support, resistant, turn support, turn resistant again, over and over again, has been a good level, and I had a feeling that we're going to continue buying off it. It's going to hold the price down, and which it did. But I didn't buy this long in here. There was some news, and the news was really conflicting. It was either really good news or really bad news, and I couldn't make sense out of it, so I decided to stay out of it. At this point, which was probably not a good decision, I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and look at the M2K. I've been liking how the M2K is working. I like how the price moves. Let me trade that instead, and I left that. But before I leave the MES, if you go up here, this was also a news event, but I just knew it was like a BS news event. It was nothing really significant, nothing new for it to go down this low. So this lot over here would have been a perfect buy at this level, out of 7020 or 225 or 21, and that would have done really good. But at that time, again, I was watching the M2K, and I wasn't looking at that. Then as we moved up again, and again, those are the levels. We break them, come back, and you can buy off them. Then we break the resistant and come back to this level. Didn't come to this level now, but we break them again. Then this is the resistant and support in here, and we could have bought off this level, except of course this news event that would have stopped out a lot of people, which probably did. But if you notice how it closed in the middle here, so even if you didn't buy it at the close, meaning there's a lot of buyers in this bar that did not buy this news as well, or sell this news as well, you could have bought it easily in here, or waited for a test and come back to this. Didn't quite touch it, but it would have been close enough. So there was plenty of opportunities to go long on the MES, but I wasn't trading that. So I traded the M2K and took a lot of heat on this trade. It's not over here. It had broken resistant, and I bought one, then added a second one because I thought the setup was good. And this is where the news came in, and again that's what they call the BS news. And I was looking at this bar really carefully because that would have taken all the gains that I made in the other trade plus more. I would have been negative on the day. And I was looking at the close of this bar. I was thinking, okay, this is support, and it had held well, and this is from the past as well. It's from other price action, and we're gonna flush probably here, run some stops, and then I said, you know what, maybe they are running stops in here as well. Down here, which they did. Then I said, I'll see the close of the bar. If you close below this, then definitely the bears are in charge, and this news is significant, and I'll just exit both positions at a loss. But it closed right at it, so I decided to hold it, and I'm glad I did because it continued, and this is still a live market. We still have another 30 minutes to close. But over here I decided, you know what, half of my target for the day is good based on the draw that I have seen. So that was a good, decent trade. Also, other reason I wasn't worried about this draw down in here is because the M2K's tick value is small. It's not really a large tick value like the MES, which I'm used to. So the loss was not really that great. It wasn't that bad. I just wanted to see how it trades, and that was that. But the setup really did work out okay on the M2K. Not as good. I mean, another reason I was comfortable with my long was when I was looking at the MES in here and those bars and the MNQ, we were making all-time highs and continue to buy. So eventually the M2K has to catch up with it, which it did, but not at the same level. We have not seen a higher high in here, so there was some rotation going on, sector rotation. The MNQ, I did not trade that, and that would have been a great one to trade today. We'd moved up, we broke it. I could have been long in here, and this would have taken just a little bit of heat, if any, and it just continued on. Then we broke the resistance again, and this is where the news event came, and this support here stopped to the tick. So this would have been a great trade out over here, especially after the closing in the middle again. So there were buyers in. So somewhere anywhere between here and here would have been a great long. That did really well. But like I said, I don't want to watch too many markets and have too many contracts out there based on the account size. So that's for the micros. The euro, I was looking for a stop hunt down at the 1770. Then I would have been long, and we didn't get that. I had pointed that early in the morning with the review. I'm still holding the pound, and this is the target in here. It's looking decent, looking good. Hopefully tonight. Stop is at break even right now, which is over here, and either we get stopped out or I get my profit target, no in between. The same thing with Australian dollar. The stop is at break even, which is over here, and I'm looking for this target still. Almost got along at the yen, but there's just a lot of news on the yen that's also concerning, and if I do take a position with the yen, I'll take a very small one, and you can do that with Forex. It didn't quite get to the point where you need a 60. So this line was set after this price line, and wanted to see a flush of this line, then moving higher, but we didn't get that. Then on the euro yen, nothing. I had anticipated go down here and move back up, and that didn't happen. and I'd anticipated a move back up to 37.80 on the Canadian dollar, and I would have shorted there, and that did not happen as well, so I didn't get a chance to get in here. Same thing with the Swiss. Thought maybe we'll go up here. I'll sell 78.35, 78.40, but we didn't get that as well. Again, a decent day. Half of my target. M2K, I'll keep an eye on it, and just today is just not a great day to trade it. Yesterday it just played really well, and we were just hitting all the levels and moving on. It didn't do that today. The market was, especially the MNQ, was really good today. That's it, and I'll do this again tomorrow.